Good day, RGV. Today on Valuable Vida, we're introducing you to self-defense, just tips to help keep you safe. We're also going to be diving into the world of entertainment to see all that's going on with your favorite celebrities, plus a steps for a stroke challenge that you may want to take part in. And all those details and so much more today. The show starts right now. Hi there, and thanks again for joining us today. I'm your host, Danielle Banda. Now, today we're super excited to bring you an exciting segment on self-defense. So think about it. I mean, the last thing that you want is to navigate through life's day-to-day operations and then just not be prepared when an uncertain, dangerous circumstance comes your way. No, what you want to do is prep your mind and your body, of course, in advance so that you can know how to handle these type of situations, keeping you and anyone else that you may be with safe. Now, for me, I'm not really sure what I would do in an emergency situation. I mean, if that sounds like you too, well, hey, not to worry. Our team had the chance to visit a place here in the Valley that can definitely help us.
Hello, my name is Jason Lee, and I have Chase Lee here, and I'm going to show a common defense for a punch block and then a takedown.
Okay guys, my name is Johnny Garcia. What I'm going to be doing here with Brad, we're going to be a typical move that people do is grabbing you or grabbing your collar, and we're going to do a little self-defense with that. So in this case, Mr. Brad, he's going to grab me first here. Since he has a gi, I'm going to grab his gi. If he had no gi, I would be cupping right under. Just in case some of you guys that wouldn't have, I would be doing the same thing. I'm going to break his elbow. As I break his elbow, I'm going to drop my base down with my butt. I'm going to go under, right behind, and I got the lock in.
All right, for this technique, Chase is going to show a little flashy move called a flying armbar.
Okay guys, this is Johnny. I'm here with one of my instructors, Brad. We're gonna go over a new thing that we've been coming up with called the belt weight. Belt weight because the belt. This is normal. I'm gonna use the word normal for a lot of people to grab. But in this case, what we're doing is hooking up. We're here, and I'm gonna spin right over for the escape. Just grabbing the belt, something that you normally wouldn't do, and people might think, hey, why would he be doing that? And then I would be ending up on his back.
Hello, my name is Jason Lee, and next to me I have Chase Lee, Professor Johnny Garcia, and Brad Barton. Come join us in training.
So now that you know a little bit more about self-defense tactics, let's go ahead and dive in deeper. There's a lot of things we may not think about in the moment because, just a lot going on. But if we take the time to educate ourselves prior, then it's definitely going to help keep us safe. So according to ucdc.edu, you've got to learn to trust your instincts. The site says that a lot of people enroll in self-defense courses after they've been assaulted, when in reality, again, you've got to prepare beforehand. It also says we got to learn to trust our gut instincts, and that if we feel something just, not really sitting right, then it probably isn't very safe. It says we can't ignore the small voice in our head. It's there for a reason. And just like we practice defensive driving when we're on the road, I mean, it's a good idea to practice target denial in life. The site says that this can mean that we try to avoid putting ourselves in dangerous situations if possible. Of course, we can't predict what something bad's about to happen, but the site outlines that we can certainly avoid talking to strangers, walking on the, just walk on the safe side of the street, and avoid getting on elevator doors with company that makes you second guess something in your head. Basically, any little feeling that you may get should be listened to in an effort to, just make sure you're doing all you can to avoid danger. And there's also something else that I never really thought of before, and that, my friends, is working on presenting yourself with confidence. Apparently, it matters more than we may think. The site says that our body sends messages to those around us, kind of like animals do amongst predators. So if someone else sees us as weak or vulnerable, they're more likely to come at us. It outlines that the same works if someone can get the sense that we're frightened or confused or even distracted, as many are, walking around the street, with our cell phones in our hand. I think we're all guilty of doing that, at least one point or another. So it's a good idea to just be aware of your surroundings and don't walk with your head down. Look around, walk with boldness and awareness, and it's harder said than done. But when we don't really think about it naturally, it's definitely something that we should practice. And while you're practicing that, kind of thought, the site suggests that we all remember to maintain a confrontational stance. It says that any little thing that you may have, can be helpful, whether it's your umbrella, your high heel, or even your voice. Think about what you carry, with you on your daily basis so that you can already know what you're going to use for your defense, just in case an emergency happens. And lastly, while all this may seem a little bit overwhelming, you shouldn't worry too much. The site suggests that we should all keep these things in mind, but ultimately, just keep it simple. It outlines that even if we just pull our hands out of our pockets while we walk and keep our heads up, it's just going to help us be a little bit more cautious. I mean, even if you don't, practice martial arts or self-defense, just by being aware of your own strengths, along with, things that you have on you, can definitely help yourself, more than you might have thought. There are actually a lot of really cool movies that feature martial arts in action, but I don't think I could ever move like they do. Nonetheless, it's still nice to watch the pros in action. Actually, it's nice to watch a lot of different scenarios in various types of movies and TV shows and film, kind of just like, we drift off into another world for a second and it lets us forget about things. It can be thrilling, exciting, mysterious, so on and so on. And in the world of Hollywood, there's definitely a lot going on. So let's go ahead and take a look right now.
We begin here with some TV talk show talk. Fans have noticed that Wendy Williams has not been on the air this entire season. Variety of health issues for Wendy. Among the fill-in hosts, Sherri Shepherd. Well, now Sherri has turned that fill-in into a new designation. She has been named the permanent fill-in host for Wendy Williams. And starting in the fall, stations have been told there'll be a new show featuring Sherri Shepherd. She certainly has the experience, a talented stand-up comedian, an actress, and of course, Sherri, a panelist from The View, gets her own new show. Congratulations to Sherri. Now, we spent considerable time on the Oscar nominations yesterday. I indicated here how genuinely surprised I was to see Don't Look Up as a Best Picture nominee. In my own view, despite the big stars and the important message, the movie for me did not land. And a movie that was genuinely embraced by fans and critics alike, Spider-Man: No Way Home, campaigned to be considered for Best Picture, but that did not happen. Jimmy Kimmel has hosted the Oscars twice. Last night, he analyzed the nominees.
The unforgivable omission of Spider-Man: No Way Home. Forget the fact that the movie made $750 million and is still going. This was a great movie. It wasn't in the top 10 best movies of the year. There were 3 Spider-Men in it. It's Andrew Garfield, who's a Best Actor nominee. Benedict Cumberbatch, he's another Best Actor nominee. You're telling me Don't Look Up was better than Spider-Man? It most certainly was not. The Academy voters, they looked at the list, they saw the names Leo DiCaprio and Meryl Streep, and they checked that box, and then they put their kids in the car and they went to see the movie Spider-Man.
The premiere of Jennifer Lopez's new movie, Marry Me, giving us a glimpse at Bennifer 2.0. Ben Affleck hit the white carpet with Jennifer Lopez last night. She could not help but gush about how happy she is with their rekindled romance. She revealed that there are actually many similarities to what's portrayed in the movie and what's happening in her own real life.
And you realize that everything has a perfect time and lessons, and everything is happening for a reason.
All right, well, it's now time to take a commercial break, and then we've got to look at your local weather updates, but stay tuned because Vida is going to be right back. And we'll have details on a Steps for Stroke event held by South Texas Health System so that you can participate. We'll also talk about interesting health-related things that you maybe didn't know, plus so much more after the break.